Thomas, it's up for grabs now. Thomas.
Magic ball from Bergkamp to Patrick Vieira.
Oh, would you believe it? Oh, right, what a way to get it. Well,
Fabulous solo goal by Thierry Henry.
champions.
Massive Friday afternoon to everybody. I'm sure those guys and girls have been working all week and looking forward to their weekend. Big up to the loungers that are coming in already. And a massive hello to my boy, the Dash, who I've missed. I haven't seen you for a little while. Shaheen! I haven't done that for a little while either. I just don't know why I felt like doing it. So, Shaheen.
I'm good, man.
Yeah, how you doing, bro?
You're good? Everything cushy in your end?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been good.
Nice.
It's been good. And like, I'm just looking forward to talking about football and catching up with you. Not talked about the Palace game since it happened. And, there's a big final day coming up, which is a lot more interesting than I expected it to be. I mean, let's be honest. We weren't expecting it to have any interest for us on the final day. So we could touch on that as well. And anyone who's got things they want us to discuss, chuck it in the chat. Big hello to Kanye West. Man like Mo, Gunnar Vettel, the Visionites, and Luca's Life, and a few others coming in. Guys, let's talk. So, Shaheen, how have you been, bruv? We haven't spoken. We haven't spoken since the Palace game.
Yeah, I couldn't do the last video. Now I was busy with my parents, so you got on that. And then the we used to do Wednesday shows, and Wednesdays has been game day, match day. So we couldn't do something with Lee Judges as well. But hopefully next week, Wednesday, we'll do like a season review. We'll look back on the season and then we'll see what everyone's thoughts are. It's not going to be great.
I thought you was going to say. I thought you was going to say "See Wagwan." I thought you was.
No,
I actually thought you was going to say that for some reason. But yeah, we could do a season review, and also we've been talking about a few other things to do during the summer period, so we could talk about that as well at some point. But look, coming over to the Palace game. Obviously, I'm sure you've caught up with it since we've done the show with Mo with his feedback on the game and a little side subject that was going on too. But listen, what did you think of the Palace game? Because for me, I was discussing this. I thought it was like,
right. Listen, typical Arsenal. First half, really good, right? Really good. Second half, took our foot off the pedal a bit. Martinelli comes on and saves Arteta again. That's a headline that has been repeated quite a few times. And then Pepe, I think Pepe played really well. Good game, good win. It was a good win. Tail or two half, if you like, but it was a good win at the end, and it puts us in a good place for end of the season. Just more questions in terms of Martinelli, why he can't get a game. Pepe has been on good form lately. Partey was okay. Leno made quite a few good saves.
Yeah.
So it was a good result.
Listen, I mean, it's funny you mentioned that actually, because obviously we did that. We discussed it with Mo on. Was it Thursday now? My days Wednesday. It was Wednesday, wasn't it? Yeah, my days have just flown by. Right. It's funny how people see games, but Mo highlighted a couple of things that I could chuck at you as well. I mean, the Martinelli thing, definitely. Mo was like, very insistent. It just shows maybe he should have been starting. Why is he not starting him? We had, there was. What did you think of Odegaard's ball, for example? Was it a good ball to Martinelli, or do you see that more Martinelli making something out of it?
I see that Martinelli making something out of it.
Really?
It was. Listen. You're a professional footballer. It was not a pass that you say, it was out of this world. No, it was a good pass, right? But I think it was Martinelli's desire and his hunger that he's gone there, mix it in, and then he's just put it in. I didn't see any other player, doing that. This ball was played a couple of times before in the pitch, right? And Aubameyang didn't do what Martinelli did. So that resulted into nothing. It was a good ball, but it was not something that you lose your nut over, really.
I think it's underrated, the pass, personally, because Martinelli stuck his hand up and he's showing a desire, but I think Odegaard put it in the area that gave him the option to nip in front of the defender and get to his body to the ball first. So personally, I think that was a far better ball that it's been given credit for. You know, as a midfielder
That's
and
it.
as a player, I would have been happy with that pass. But then also another thing Mo did mention as well was I didn't really think of at the time, and I'm happy I can bring this up with you now, was, you know, I don't want to talk about the whole situation, you know, outside of the game, etc. But obviously there was this thing in the news about El Neni coming out, you know, and showing support for Palestine, and then Lavazza coming out and saying, hey, you know, not being very happy with it. And what Mo made, you know, put into my mind is the fact that El Neni still played, and he played, and he played well. You know, he played decent.
You know what? He has been playing well lately. A couple of games he played. He was man of the match against Chelsea as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm still not saying that El Neni's the answer to our midfield problems, but I think that the fact that despite the issues that had gone on before, like with the Ozil situation, whatever, the fact that El Neni came out and did what he did and they still played him, it was a good stance from Arsenal in a sense.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried, to be honest with you, when it all came out with this tweet and this and that. Is Arsenal going to do something stupid on that again? But maybe Lavazza is not as big a sponsor as China as well. So.
Yeah, it's not an entire nation, is it? Let's be honest. But look, moving on then, we've got an interesting final day coming up, right? I mean, I was looking at this when we had Mo, and I was looking at it with my son just before, and at the time we were hoping that West Ham will draw twice because they were losing at one point to West Brom, but they obviously pulled that off. Spurs, on the other hand, are dropping points. And then you got Everton, who have just overtaken us, I think you were mentioning. But the way it's looking right now, Everton have got less Man City away, and Spurs, their final game, is a Leicester away. And we've got Brighton. So now we're looking at this all of a sudden, a potential interesting development on this final day where if Spurs were to lose, which is, you know, draw or lose, I believe, which is more than possible.
No, I think, listen, Spurs, I think are on 58, right?
Yeah.
So we're on 50. No, Spurs on 59. We're on 58, right?
Yeah.
So Spurs and Everton, they need to lose.
No, what if they draw? Spurs draw, we still go above them on 61 if we win.
Yeah, we would. It will be 60-61, yes.
Yeah.
So they need to Leicester away. And remember, this is not like a meaningless game for Leicester. They need to win this in order to have a chance for Champions League. So they'll be playing properly. Everton away at City, that might be a funny one because City, nothing really to play for. They may just want to win because the fans are back and it's the last game of the season. They already won the league. They may rest players for Champions League final. But if Everton lose or draw, Tottenham lose or draw, and we win, we'll finish in 7th. So we'll finish above Spurs. And also, I think 7th, if I'm not mistaken, get to Europa League, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think this season is 7. And we could be looking at a St. Tottenham day, or a Spursy moment. Now, that's the thing that's made it interesting. And well, I wasn't expecting to have anything going into this final day. I thought there was going to be nothing in it for us. So it's a bit frustrating as well because all we needed is one win out of the ones we did.
It could easily be a typical Arsenal thing as well, that we will go there and we'll flop. Because now, out of a sudden, there's a bit of pressure on the game. Brighton has been playing well recently.
This is it with us. Every time we need to get a 3 points, we don't do it.
There we go.
You know, but I don't know. I've just got a funny feeling about this, Shaheen. I don't know if I'm just being ridiculously.
Right. We should, on paper, regardless of what happens, we should beat Brighton at home.
Wayne Sage is saying, and I don't know if we've got this wrong, that it would be European Conference League, not Europa. But I'm sure they've been saying.
You know what? I'm not going to even try to pretend that I know what European Conference League is.
Yeah, so it is conference. It's the Europa Conference League, I think it is, right?
I have no idea what it is. Like, who's in that league?
It's like a crappier version.
Yeah, but who's in that league?
Well, it depends who finishes where, doesn't it? Let's be honest. Let us know in the chat, yeah? Let us know in the chat, because you're right, Gunnar Vettel. I've been seeing that 7th is because it's 8th and 7th gets you Conference League, right? Europa Conference League. So that's what I've been seeing. But it's been mixed messages because some presenters have been saying top 7. I don't know if it's anything. This is the other thing we've got to look at as well. And we should have really looked at this, but we've been so flat out with everything. Obviously, United are going to get Champions League if they win their game, the Champions League game, right? They're going to get Champions League next season. So what happens with that? And so on and so on. Or is it anything to do with the FA Cup?
Space available. I don't know. No, Leicester. If Leicester finish in Champions League spot, right? No, but if you win the FA Cup, you get Europa League. You don't get Champions League.
Yeah.
So Leicester will already be in the Europa League. So and Man United as well. If they, so I don't know.
So what basically will happen? What we're actually trying to say then, really, in a stupidly long-winded way, is we could end up finishing above Spurs, for example.
Yeah, but listen, this whole finishing above Spurs, is just nice.
Overrated. It's overrated.
No, it's just nice. That's all there is. It's nice. You don't get points for it. There is no trophy, nothing. And Arsenal Football Club should not be measured of if we finish above Spurs or not, right? But it's just nice. That's all there is.
Yeah,
just some bragging right. You know what I mean?
And so, it is Europa Conference. I mean, we should have made that clear. Yeah. Europa Conference, but the fact of the matter is, it's still an interesting final day, right? Because it's a little bit of interest. Don't get me wrong. I mean, am I really care about the Europa Conference League? Not really. But is it an opportunity to play your youngsters? Yeah, it is. Give them a little bit. But look, it's more about the higher up the ladder we can finish, the better. I mean, you know, a decent league finish will be all right. 7th is better than 9th, better than 10th. So let's see what happens. So, guys, put in your chats what you think. It looks like, hold on, Gunnar Vettel's telling us, I heard rumours that if Chelsea wins the Champions League and drop out of top 4 and United wins Europa League, the 7th spot will be. See, this is what I've been hearing, some weird rumours, and I don't know if it's
there's a lot of ifs and if that happened and that happened. But listen, exactly. But listen, you know, the only thing right now, I think, Arsenal, there's a lot of things that needs to fall in place that is out of their control. The only thing that is in their control is go out there and beat Brighton to give yourself a chance, just in case all of these things falls in place. Because you know what will be a killer? It will be that all of these things falls in place and then we lose to Brighton.
Yeah. Well, listen, I don't think that I could see us winning this game. I don't know why. I just see it. We're on a bit of a roll. Is it 5 or 6 games we've gone unbeaten? Is that a silly stat that I've pulled out of my arse, or is that real? I'm pretty sure someone had mentioned on the commentary that it'd been 5 or 6 games in the league. I'm talking about, obviously not in what's happened in the Europa and all that. But it's some interesting development, and then obviously on top of that, there's going to be.
Well, I think he locked himself out, Lev. So you guys are left with me for now. Oh, here we go.
Lost me. There, I'm back. I don't know what happened there. It just went off. Sorry, guys. Yeah, there's going to be some interesting developments in regards to the transfer stuff as well. There's people been talking about Buendia. Again, that's coming back into things. Grealish is still being banded around. Anyone else want us to mention anything in regards to transfer talk? Because there has been things going on. Let's have a look.
Listen, I think Arsenal will go for some big names this time around, because if Kroenkes don't sell and they stick around, they've got to bring in 1 or 2 big names. Jack Grealish will make a lot of Arsenal fans happy. Right, people are leaving. David Luiz is leaving, so we need an experienced centre back. Because if you're gonna have Gabriel, Saliba, Holding, who else we've got? Possibly Mavropanos coming back from loan. These are all young, inexperienced defenders. You need a proper experienced defender alongside them. I think Hector Bellerin is done.
Yeah, he's not playing his last game either, is he?
I think he's done. He will be sold. So we're looking at a right back. We need a replacement left back for Chiarantini. Possibly a striker. They need to decide on Lacazette. There's a fair bit to think about and do, and they need to get it right, because next season fans will be back in the stadium and it's not going to be a nice place to play.
Fans will be in for this game, won't they? So that could have a positive.
There's a lot of key workers that have been getting tickets. So it's not like pure like Arsenal fans. There's a lot of locals and key workers that have been getting tickets. But still, there's a protest before the game. So,
well, let's have a look. Anthony Roberts, big up, bro. How are you feeling? How are you doing? Yeah, we need to catch up. He reckons extra space in Europa because City Man U 3rd, 4th teams would be in the Champions League. 5th, 6th, and 7th go Europa League. So I think I'm sure I've been hearing commentators saying that. And please, somebody confirm that. I don't know how, but they have been saying 7th.
Listen, if it's true, right? As I said, the only thing Arsenal can do, go out there and beat Brighton. That's it. Everything else is out of their control.
Yeah, true.
Tottenham performance, Everton performance, Champions League final, Europa League final. None of that Arsenal have any control over. So the only thing they can control is go out there and beat Brighton, and let's see what happens. Would I rather be in a European competition? Yes. I'd rather be in it and play on Thursday nights. I know some people say it's better if we don't qualify for Europe, but I think it's going to be difficult to bring players in if you're not playing any European football. I think that the stature of our club will make us get away with one season not playing in a Champions League or anything like that, depending if they've got a good project to sell. But second season, third season, it will be a difficult one.
It will. But look, I mean, there's no reason if you plant money down, it is possible. Anything's possible if you put money down. I mean, let's be honest. People have got short memories. The likes of Man City, maybe they're heady heights now. A few seasons ago, they weren't even in Champions League a few years back. They weren't even in the top half of the table.
Remember?
Yeah. So it's money talks nowadays, 100%. No doubt that better players want to play in Champions League, of course. But, I do think you're right in the sense of we can carry it for one season if they show some development and some progression and they can sell this project that Arteta supposedly got in place. There are some obtainable targets. Buendia definitely one. They've been talking about this Eduardo Camavinga. That's been mentioned again today.
Yeah, but remember we talked about this guy,
Yeah,
he's a teenager. He's another Matthew Guendouzi.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I'm talking about not personality, just ability.
Basuma's another one that keeps coming up a lot. So, for Arsenal to really make waves, they need to make a real statement signing, and someone like Grealish. Grealish would be the statement signing for me. You make that statement signing, then everyone's going to look, hey, what I'd
rather have Grealish than Odegaard.
Yeah, look, Gunnar Vettel's come out a good point as well. Chelsea finished 10th and signed Kante, won the league the year after. Let's see what else. Aslan Khan, Merhaba brother. Hello, Shaheen Lev and Chatbox. Congrats on reaching over. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
That's a good point. Massive support from you guys, and we couldn't have done any of this without you. We try our best to put out the best content we can and get the answers to as many questions that are out there. We're no different to any of you guys, but the support from you guys is what has helped us dramatically and substantially. We're nearly on 11.5, as I think 11.3, something like that. It's been crazy. So thank you so much for your support. Let's see who else. Constantine Sharandak, hope we sell the Deadwood as well. Yep, hearing that. What else does people have to say? Oh, someone's having a Eken. How you doing, bro? I haven't seen you.
Me and this guy have been. When Ozil was around, we had a thing with Ozil.
He's got it in for you, bro.
Now I think it's to do with the Odegaard pass that I said, and he obviously doesn't agree with me.
Like seriously, Shahid. It's true. He doesn't agree with you much, bro.
No,
let Blizzard be. Let's get Mo on the show. Yeah, bro. Listen,
Mo is going to be with us on Sunday, so he's going to be with us to do after game reaction to the result.
Final day
Brighton.
reaction. Yeah.
Brighton at home. So if you want to see Mo, you can join then.
Kanye West is saying #free Mo. He is free. He's free. Yeah. So listen,
have you heard this news of coming for the takeover bit?
Do you know what? There was rumors yesterday, wasn't there, flying around? And I'm glad you brought this up because we were messaging each other last night. I hope you guys in the chat, if you've heard anything new since. But there was some rumors starting to band around that Arsenal were ready to sell. How likely do you think that is?
No, I don't think it's likely at all, bro. Because look, the time, you need to look at the timing of it. Just before a protest, maybe they thought, let's release this information. Maybe that will mellow the protest a little bit. Maybe we'll stop some people coming down, thinking, we've done it. They're gonna sell.
So you think they're just doing this to try and sort of
could be. Just mellow the protest.
Have we just become conspiracy theorists? Like, listen, you know me, I'm the biggest one out there, and I don't think a lot of the stuff is conspiracy.
Why would they sell, man? Why would they sell?
Why would they sell? Good question. Maybe listen, the only thing I can think of is they've looked at it, and the one issue we have with the Kroenkes, the main issue we have with the Kroenkes is they do not put their money in out of their pockets into the club to help us take us to the next level. They haven't done it for years, and if we had done a chart from the time they've taken over to now and where we're at now, it doesn't make good reading.
Nosedive.
Yeah, nosedive. But the only thing I could think of that would make them sell is that they're so tight that they don't want to spend the sort of money that's required to get us to where we need to get to. So then maybe Daniel Ek would be the sort of guy that will say, look, what you need? 300 million? Boom, there it is.
Yeah, but bro, this guy has already, I think he's put finances together to buy the club. And the thing with Daniel Ek is, yeah, okay, he's an Arsenal fan, great. He's got Bergkamp, Henry, Vieira, fantastic. I've said this before. I'd like to know a little bit more about his plans. What capacity are these guys coming on as? Henry, Bergkamp, Vieira. What are they coming on to do? What? One.
No, what did we know about Kroenke when he was coming in? We didn't sit there going, "Oh, what's his plan?"
No,
did
we didn't. But there was nobody to question. It was just him, Stan, coming in buying shares. There was already a setup in the club. There was already a director of football, this, that, chairman, all of these things, right? And then Daniel Ek coming in. What is the plan? What's your budget for the transfer? You know, if you're already financing things to buy the club, then how are you going to put in 200 million that is needed for us to buy players? Yes, great. He's an Arsenal fan, fantastic. But what is the plan? Just because the next guy is an Arsenal fan and he's coming in to buy the club doesn't mean that he will be a better owner than Kroenke's. I'm not a Kroenke fan at all. I want them gone.
You sure?
Yes, I want them gone. Right?
Yeah.
It's going to be very hard for somebody to come in and do worse than Kroenke's, right? But in the same time, before me saying, yeah, I want Daniel Ek in, yeah, I'd like to see what is his intention for Arsenal. Just the fact that he's an Arsenal fan and he's got 3 invincibles with him, it doesn't mean that it's going to be fantastic.
It can't be any worse though, bro, can it?
You never know. You never know.
No, come on, man. I can't see Bergkamp, Henry, the likes of those guys getting behind something they think is going to fail.
But what they're coming in what capacity?
I don't know.
Thierry Henry is coming in for what? To do what? I'm not against it, but I'd like to know what is the plan. You know, these 4 guys, they've obviously sat down and they came up with a plan. You would hope, right? I'd like to know what that plan is.
I'll tell you what I want to know, because it's really bothering me still, because like we're usually pretty prepared for this. Does 7th get us Europa or Europa Conference? I need it confirmed. Someone in the chat, someone somewhere. I know Anthony suggested it does. Can someone 100% confirm to us that 7th gets us Europa, or if it's just Europa Conference? Because if it's Europa Conference, yeah, it's a bit of fun, but it isn't as funny. So if someone can confirm that for us, please do. Football Brownie, how you doing, bro? Love your content, funny guy. All right, lads, hope you're well. But he's saying Kroenke in. Is he taking the piss?
He's joking.
I think he might be, mate. Either that or he's hit the sauce on a Friday pretty early.
If he's not joking, then first thing you do, my friend, you book an appointment with your local GP. You go down there and you say there's something wrong with me.
I didn't say
I want the Kroenkes to stay, but I think he's joking.
That was just a joke, by the way. I didn't say any of that. Let's have a look. I'm winding you up, says Football Brownie. Yes. I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. Gunavet, but Ek doesn't really need to invest, etc., because what we need is more ruthless owners. We have more than enough asset to sell and get better players. The question is, the assets we have, we need to keep because we've got so much dead wood, though. No, I do understand your point, though. Gunavet.
Listen, all the players that have got value to them. Right, let's look at the players that have got value to them. Right, Guendouzi, Torreira, Saka, Martinelli.
Yeah, we've got some assets.
Yeah, who else? Gabriel, maybe Leno, Tierney.
Xhaka, we could sell Xhaka.
Yeah, no, I'm talking
He's not
about
an
serious
asset.
money.
Yeah,
but listen, would you really want to see any of these guys leave?
But okay, why don't we look at the ones that are going to leave? And see,
Granit Xhaka, El Neni,
Bellerin,
Yeah,
Torreira.
I've already.
Yeah. But we're looking at the ones that are going to. Mustafi has been released from Schalke already. By the way,
he's a free transfer. Man.
That's how useless he is. Yeah, I'm
his
just
contract
saying.
Is expired. It's finished.
Kolasinac is his contract. Willock, good point. Willock.
Yeah, Willock, Nketiah.
Who would sell? Would you sell Willock in this form right now? Let everyone
Look,
in
listen,
the chat, yeah.
If Daniel Ek is coming in, right, I don't want him to come and sell a bunch of existing players to raise money and then go. No, I want him to come, keep it, because remember, winning a Premier League is a squad thing. Yeah, you're not gonna have 11 players that is going to play for you week in, week out, and they're going to perform week in, week out. There will be injuries, there will be problems, there will be international, all of that, right? So you need to have a good squad to compete in FA Cup, European Cup, Premier League. So I would like someone, a next owner, whoever it is, to come in and add to the current squad. Not that, yes, some needs to be sold, I agree. Some are dead wood, not good enough, and so on. So yes, they need to be sold, but I don't want any of our key players to be sold, and I want key signings. You know, someone like Willock,
yeah,
I'd like to keep possibly as a squad player.
Do you think that's going to be one that bites you in the arse? Because personally, from what I've seen, and I could be wrong, as we always say on this show, we're not one of those fans that fan base that thinks that everything we say is correct. We're all flip flops in some way. We always say it. I personally think Willock doesn't have it at top level, but I could be wrong. He's just maybe a goal scoring midfielder. I mean, I know Lundberg rates him.
He's doing.
I would sell him.
No, he's doing well in a shit Newcastle team, with all due respect. So based on what I saw, I'll keep him. I'll give him a season and see how it goes. Right, and the owner, whoever that is coming in, if somebody is coming in, they need to add to this squad with quality. So I don't want someone to come in and sell what we have to raise funds to sell, because maybe, you know what, we want, I don't know, 50 million for Matteo Guendouzi, right? Maybe
do you reckon we're not going to get 50?
I'm just for example, I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we're not going to get that 50 million for Matteo Guendouzi, and then you're stuck and you have to sell less. Then you're gonna. It's going to be the same thing as always. What we'd always been told as an Arsenal fan: we need to sell some players first in order to buy. I don't want Daniel Ek to come in and for me to be told the same thing again. We need to sell players in order for us to buy. I want owner to come in and say, right, I'm here. This is the money. Let's buy good quality players. In the same time, let's get rid of some of these guys. Just like what Abramovich has done in Chelsea. Come in, spend his money, buy players. Right. In the same time, starting to sell some players. There's no pressure on the process.
Why? You know what? You hit a massive point for me there. Yeah. Why do we always wait to sell first? Why are we always trying to offload first so we could have some money to spend? And whilst we're doing that, we leave everything last minute, and then we miss out on things or don't have enough time. Or why don't we do it that way around? You're going to sell them anyway, no?
It's a mixture of things, in my view. Right, having a not good owner, a not good enough board that will manage things, and a club that there is no investment. So if there's no investment, you've got to sell players first. If you don't sell players, things drag on. It's going to affect you buying.
Because we do it all the time. We do it all the time. It's like our model.
Because what is changed all the time? Every time is been the same. Same owner, same board, same process. So why does it need to change?
We were asking this a few months back, right? When we missed out on Hwassim Aouar, right? At the end of the day, we could have got him and Partey, but instead we were dabbling and waiting and trying to sell players and whatever, and we couldn't get some players out, and then we had to loan some out. Why didn't someone like Stan Kroenke go, right, okay, you want these two guys, yeah? Here's 100 mil or 150 mil, get them. But then from the sales, I want this back. Why didn't he do that? Why do we always have to sell first before we can spend? It's just it's frustrating.
Because we've got a poor owner. That's it. An owner, again, they've settled the loan with Bank of England. So basically, they've refinanced something. They've settled a loan with another loan. They were probably offered another loan with a lot less interest rate. So they've taken that loan and they've settled up with Bank of England. See, an owner would have come in and would have paid that off and said, you know what, from my money. But right now, that was not what is needed. Right now, Stan Kroenke should have come in and say, right, listen, this is the 120 million I was going to settle with Bank of England. 120 million, you go and buy players. Because next year you play Champions League, I'll make more money maybe than I can settle this loan.
See, this is what we want. We want our owner to be proactive rather than reactive, right? That's what someone like Abramovich does. As much as I don't like the guy, he does that. He goes out and he buys whatever's required, and then they ship out whoever they need to get some of it back. That's what I want from here on. Let's see what some guys are saying in the chat. There's more stuff going on. The judge, Lev, what does Lee think about the Mo situation? Boy, maybe you can ask Lee that when you see him on the show next.
Yeah, he's going to be here on Wednesday.
Yeah, we like people to speak for themselves. So if he wants to, say something on the matter and you drop it in the chat, I'm sure he'll do it. Anthony Roberts, if the FA Cup winners finish in the top 5, which seems likely, then 6th place qualifies for the Europa League. So it doesn't like 7th is correct. It's all a bit of a shambles when it comes to that. So maybe Aaron Benjamin is coming with something. Super chat. Aaron Benjamin, $4.99. He loves a 99. Thank you for your donation and your support.
Thank you, mate.
Love your support for Mo. What's your thoughts on this and his response? Okay.
Can I answer that?
Only if you let me interject as well, but I was there, so go ahead, mate. Yeah, go for it. I mean, if you want to bring it up.
No, listen, for me...
It's here now, so it's not avoidable.
Listen, I listened to what Mo said. Obviously, I spoke to Mo on Twitter, etc. as well. He comes across nice guy. I think it's up to him to respond to the AFTV statement. And it's only fair for him to respond to it. Where he chooses to respond, when he chooses to respond, it's totally up to him. And I think we'll respect that. That's my view on the matter. Yeah, I think that was a question you guys said. There's another one as well. Did you guys hear Robbie video explanation of the situation? As I said, I watched a little bit of it, but it's for Mo to respond to the situation. It's not for me, and I'm going to respect that for Mo to respond to whatever it is. That's my thought. So if you want to have your say.
I agree. Listen, I don't want to speak for Mo. Mo's his own man, right? And, the reason we were happy to support is it's a subject matter close to our hearts in a sense. Listen, we're not about politics. We don't care about any of that. For me, it's humanitarian, right? People before profit, that's what we think. And this, whether it was a Jewish cause, a Muslim cause, a Christian cause, if it's a humanitarian matter, our job as people is to speak up against wrong. That's it. And that's where I wanted, Mo wanted to come and talk about it, and we were happy to do so. And you know what? If Black Lives Matter matters, if SARS matters, so does Palestinian lives.
As well. Yeah. I 100% agree. I am in the same boat as Mo in terms of the cause. At the end of the day, I'm from Iran, so I've got strong views on this. And I've got a lot of friends who are Jewish. I'm in property business. I deal with a lot of Jewish landlords. Never any problems between us. Right? We even sometimes joke about this whole Iranian, Israeli, and Jewish thing, and it's all fun and jokes, right? But I don't share the same view of the Israeli government, and what they're doing is wrong.
Yeah,
right?
Listen,
and
politics, isn't it?
Yeah. Listen, and that's my view, and my view is probably this is not the place for it. But yeah, that's where I stand on it.
We need to differentiate as people and not get sucked into all of this stuff in media that makes people hate each other and all of that. We need to differentiate between politics and humanitarian issues and matters, right? And the fact of the matter is, right, you can question a government from any country and it doesn't make you anti anything, right? Muslims and Jews have lived together for centuries. Not now, they've been living together for thousands of years, right? So let's just put that into context. This isn't about people, this is a political issue. So let's draw the line there. If Mo wants to respond to it, he can. We just care about people, and if it's wrong, it's wrong. It's as simple as that. And no lives are less important than any others. And if BLM and SARS is important, so is Palestinian lives, so PLM as well. So that's all I've got to say on that. People on here, listen, Davin saying, shut up, it's not a political show. Davin, you was asking to be a mod, yeah? We were going to have a chat with that, but I mean, come on.
Everyone's gone now. You can forget about that now.
You just shot yourself in the foot with that one. Stefan, I watched AFTV since 2015, watched all videos, deeply disappointed. Listen, everyone's entitled to their opinions, is what we're saying. So we don't have any problems with AFTV. We don't have any problems with anyone, but we stand by our own beliefs. And that's as simple as that. Wayne says people need to stop equating criticism of Israel to exactly my point, and that's what we've got to bear in mind.
Lev, I just want to ask you something.
Is it controversial?
No.
Oh, shame.
Do you think they will sell now the Kroenkes?
The Kroenkes. I think he's making too much money out of his version of Arsenal, which is not the Arsenal at the moment. It's the Walmart Nuggets. I've said it before. I don't think he will. I think he's a leech and he's draining us dry. But I'm hoping. There's always hope. And last
time, this is interesting. Last time I looked at Arsenal's set of accounts that was published, right? Stan Kroenke, KSC, not Stan Kroenke, KSC, right? They take out about £3 million a year, right, as consultation fee. Now, I'd like to know, what is it that they consult us on, right? and also, whatever it is that they have consulted us on, it has failed miserably. You know what I mean?
Listen, everything they've said, they've done the opposite with, right? Everything they said they were going to get excited and all of this. As a couple of my mates would say, it's a bit street, chat shit, get banged. They'd say to me, if you're saying that and you're not following it up, you're gonna take stick for it. And, I don't see why they're any different. They keep saying get excited and we're never excited.
There's an argument, right, that the Kroenkes, I've seen a few people say that the Kroenkes have come up with money, right? So they have done their bet, but it hasn't been spent properly. So, but then again, at the end of the day, the buck stops with the owner. These are the people who have been recruited by Stan Kroenke, KSC, that have mismanaged these funds.
Under his stewardship,
right?
100%.
Nicholas Pepe, £70 million. And then we realize there's a further £10 million that is gone to a few people's pocket, Raul Sanelli, a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of things going behind the scenes.
And some people got sacked for it.
Yeah, some people got sacked
dodgy
for it,
was
Raul
going
Sanelli,
on.
for example. Yeah. So all of that, you need to be a shit owner. It just shows how hands off the Kroenkes are. That my man, can get rid of £10 million.
My man,
right? £10 million, right? Yeah. And then we quoted £70 million for Nicholas Pepe, and we pay 70 million. We could have signed Upamecano and somebody else for that money.
That's true. And I like Pepe. I think there's something about him, and I think he's starting to come good. But we got shafted on that deal, 100%. He's more like a £45 million player.
Yeah, and then it shows you as an owner. Like, I'll tell you something, Roman Abramovich, would never get done like that.
No.
Right? Because you recruit shit people to do shit job for you, and then this is what happens. I'd like to know, Vinay, where has he been before Arsenal? I've never heard this guy. What experience he's got? What club he's been on?
Wasn't he Barcelona? Vinay.
What, Vinay?
Yeah.
Doing what? That was Raul Sanelli, man.
Or was it Halifax? Maybe he worked for Halifax Bank or something.
Edu was a coordinator for the Brazilian national team.
Yeah,
I've bumped into Edu. I've met him. Really nice guy.
That's the fourth time you said it now, right? Bro.
No, because he's a really nice guy, and I don't want this to come across as a personal attack, because it's not, right? But you bring a guy that is a coordinator for Brazilian national team, and now he's a director of football, Arsenal Football Club. What's his European connection? What is it?
But is that maybe they wanted to have a tap into the Brazilian market? Maybe they think it's useful to have. I mean,
but you're not going to bring somebody from Brazilian market and play them in the Premier League. It's a big difference of standards.
No, yeah, it's true. But listen, we've tried to do everything cheap. Even our manager's not managed in the Premier League. So what does that say?
There's one thing that we have. There's one thing we know now for sure, right? Is that Arteta is not going anywhere. So it looks like he's going to be the manager.
No, look, listen, that goes without saying. That's happening. I don't think unless they buy us out, and then someone comes and sort of rips up the whole plan and says, "No, this ain't happening. We're doing it our way." Obviously, Arteta's in. So the next thing is do we trust this man with 200-300 million if he even gets it? That's what we're talking about now, isn't it? We're relying on that.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, what me and you think don't really matter. But if it did matter, I wouldn't, because they haven't done anything, or they haven't shown anything that they have never like pulled a shrewd transfer. They haven't, have they?
Do you know what?
Martinelli, yes.
The shrewdest one we've done of late, Martinelli, yeah, obviously that was a good one. For me, the most underrated one we ever did was Sanchez.
Yeah, but look how we fucked that up as well.
Yeah, let's have a look what some people were saying as well. Here you go. Pack bins. We always knew Arteta was staying here. I want to see what he does during the summer. If not, back to the drawing board. Cameron Dalvey.
Yeah,
yes, Shaheen.
I know this guy, man. Be a man for me. Be a man.
What the hell is that all about? Is there something you
lot
got beef? You lot got beef, yeah?
No, he knows.
Okay. Springer, he's our boy. He was at the protest. Wait, Springer, you going to the protest, by the way? Who else is going to the protest here? There's a protest. That's Sunday. Another matter. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. That's another matter. Please, as Springer says, tap the likes, people. Smash those likes, yeah?
Because subscribe if you're new.
You know, talk ain't cheap here. If we say we're going to try to get you content, and fair content that people want answers to, unbiased content, we let everybody talk. Hit those likes, people, and subscribe if you haven't already.
And also, don't forget, Sunday after the game, obviously Mo will be with us to talk about the game, the Brighton game, and whatever he wishes to discuss, his reaction to the game. So don't forget to check out our Twitter. We'll give you guys what time the show will be, so you can join us.
And Mo's always on point. Mo is always on the money, no problem. Let's see what else. Steve, bring back Dean. I don't know why you want to bring back Dean, bro. You mean David Dean? Dein, that would be. So look, there's a few. It's interesting. Let's have a look.
There's another one. I was just going to put that up. Can we sign more on a permanent basis? in the football terms, we're in negotiations in the footballing world. So we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, but when it comes to negotiations, you're the man, innit, Shaheen? That's your job. Really. I'm the flair man, and I'll put in the pizzazz. What about the process? Says X. Right. Okay. So we might as well talk about the protest. I mean, the game's on Sunday. There's a protest planned. I think, is it 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock.
Double check. 2 o'clock at the Emirates. The Arsenal Brighton game. Another big protest is planned. I think this is important, right? As you know, we've backed this before. We love our club. That's what we are. We're fans first and foremost, and we don't think they're the best for our club. So yes, we will be doing that. We will be protesting, and I'd like to see who else is planning to go. But it's from 2 o'clock onwards. So if you're there, you probably you'll bump into us somewhere. Come and say hi.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, it's important for people to do this peacefully. Don't get drunk, and don't fall off the armory.
Although it's not a bad time to do it, because there'll be a lot of key workers there, so you'll have nurses and doctors. So if you are going to fall off a roof that's not too high and is unlikely to kill you, now's the best time.
But let's do it peacefully. None of this. We've always kept it peaceful as an Arsenal fan, and I have to give it to us all as a fan base. And let's get our point across. Hopefully they will hear it. If they don't want to sell, obviously we can't really sell. We can't really force them to sell, right? But if they want to stick around, maybe this will put pressure on them to spend it in the right directions, and at least do the business bit of selling players. Get the maximum that you can get for players. If you want to sell Matteo Guendouzi, get the maximum you can get for him. If you want to sell, I don't know, Torreira, get the maximum. Bellerin, get the maximum. Nketiah, get the maximum. And then go and buy quality players. Buy the likes of, I don't know, Bissouma. Buy the likes of Grealish. Be ambitious. Go out there and spend the money, man. Man United was not playing. They were playing in Europa League, and they signed Paul Pogba, the most expensive player in the world.
That's true.
So it can be done. We still have that pool as an Arsenal club to pull players. Players will still want to, Fabrizio confirmed that to us on a few different occasions, that Arsenal still have that pool. It's just whether the owner is going to put their money where their mouth is, and people like Edu and Vinay and Arteta, because don't forget, Arteta is now part of the recruitment team. He was promoted last year. So they need to then go out there and, we don't need another Willian signing, right? We don't need none of that crap. We don't need a Renaissance signing.
Oh,
we need
yeah, you know
proper
what?
play.
Runason, what the hell was that about? Where have we
I
seen
don't
him
know, man.
since?
Don't ask. I don't know. I don't know
This
I
is
don't
what
know
we
what
do,
it was.
man. Cheap ass
Apparently,
fixtures.
yeah, this guy knows. This is what I was going to say. Apparently, this Raul, spend money is not the problem. Our coach is Joe, our goalkeeping coach, this is Renaissance. And that's exactly what I heard. The goalkeeping coach suggested him 1 million and they bought him.
What does that say about our goalkeeping?
I don't want no Chelsea reject. I don't want nobody over age of 30. Right? I want prime established players. That's what I want. I don't want another Willian. You know, we've got Willian, we've got Aubameyang, we've got quite a few that is over 30. So let's go out there and for once, right? Let's get it right, man. Let's sign quality. Please think of us, Arsenal fans. We've had enough, man, over the years to deal with shit signings, stress, last minute deals, things falling up. You know, at least for once, look after us.
Man, that was heartfelt, Shaheen, man.
Yeah, man. No,
I thought you was gonna shed a tear there for a minute.
No, man. Every summer, us as a fan base, yeah, we promise the world, and then we're given fuck all, nothing.
You promised the world, and you're given, I don't know.
You remember when we finished
Kent?
You remember when we finished second, and Leicester won the league? Do you remember that?
Yeah, when we should have won. Yeah,
when we should have won, right? What did we do?
Nothing. What did we do?
We signed Petr Cech.
Yeah. Had we? Yeah, and we like every time we're 2 or 3 players off. This is where they've let us down. We've said this
now we're more than 2 or 3 players off. You need a right back. You need a replacement left back. The midfield needs attention. You need experienced centre back. That's 5 quality signing. And listen, don't forget something else as well, Lev. Tottenham's going to improve. Everton probably going to improve. Chelsea will improve. Liverpool, Man United, Leicester, Man City. So it's not like everyone will stand still.
Yeah, I think Tottenham will be looking to benefit from the Harry Kane sale. That's why they're looking to cash in on him now.
They will sell.
Yeah, they'll have a good 100 mil or something to invest.
They will sell.
Yeah,
Harry Kane, maybe 1 or 2 other. Then they will start buying players, right? So everybody else around us will be looking to improve. So it's not like everybody's standing still and we're just not doing this. No, we need to be doing this as well. We need to be spending money.
Yeah,
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man, it's been crazy. Do you know what? I didn't even realize when we did the 10K. You sent me a text, I think, after, or someone sent me a text. I hadn't even looked. I spent about a week looking at it, and then I gave up, and then suddenly just someone messaged me and said we did it. So thank you so much, man. It's been so quick as well. But the best thing about it is this loyal group we've got here that we can all talk, and generally everyone's really cool with each other, and I love that. And you can ask us anything you want to ask us, man. It's like, you know, this is what we're here for. We don't know any better than anybody else. And there's a few things I do want to say as well, Shaheen. Right?
Let me just say something, Lev, to everybody who's here.
Yeah.
Just in case you guys don't know, right? Me and Lev took over this channel, and he had about 3,800 subs, right? And that's last year, November. So we worked really hard. We done a lot of good shows, and people seen our content, they subscribe, and now we're sitting on 11,500 subs. So thank you very much for all the supports that you've and all the love that you've shown us through this journey so far. We're extremely humble and grateful to you all for supporting us. And we, as Lev said, we're just like you guys. We're fans, and we just sit down and talk. Most of the time, me and Lev will just have conversation on the phone, and we think, that's good, man. We should do that online.
Don't waste it. Don't waste it. Go online.
Yeah, don't waste it. We should do this and then get people involved so they have their opinion. So thank you very much for your support. Honestly, it's
man,
very appreciated.
I'm just overwhelmed with it. It's been big, and like, listen, you know, you always have to work smart and try and get good people on and make it interesting content wise, and that's what we try to do, guys. And
yeah. Also,
if you ever want us to get anyone on, let us know. Make it realistic. Don't tell us to go and get
also
Daniel Ek.
I want to give a massive shout out to some people as well who helped us along the way. And if I miss anybody, I apologize. Lee Judges, Turkish, Mo now that has done one show with us. Graham, that he did a few shows with us. Harry Simeon that has come on. Curtis Shaw. Who else we've had?
Eduardo. We're talking.
Eduardo,
We have
Eduardo
spoken to him. He wants to come
yeah,
back on again.
So thank you to you, Fabrizio Romano. We've done 3 shows with Fabrizio Romano, and we've got a good relationship now. So thank you to you all for helping us.
African Gooner.
Yeah, African Guna as well.
Big up to you as well, brother. Yeah, listen, everyone, man, it's just been a journey so far, and we just want to see how far this journey takes us. But look, end of the day, that's what we are first and foremost. We're fans. Okay, look, we've got a question here by Dario Marchesi. Okay, here goes. Why does Shaheen look like he's been arrested? And do you know what?
This is my office, my friend. I'm at work. So
why do you look like you've been arrested, Shaheen?
I don't know, man.
Man's asking you. Like we keep
I'm
saying,
at work. I'm doing this from my office. So
do you know what? Like
scenery.
Dario, there's some new additions in here, and we love you guys for it. And Dario, this one's for you. Yeah, you're right. You've hit the nail on the head. This is him. This is him. This is where he's at. He's calling from prison. This is his actual picture from before they put him in. So there you go, bro. So like, well spotted. That is where he's calling from. But you know what? He gets 1 phone call a week, and this is what he uses it on. So fair play to him. But listen, Mode Ibrahim, I'm watching all the way here in KL. Where's KL, bro?
Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, I've actually been to Kuala Lumpur. It's a nice city.
Have you really? I'll have to send us an invite. I'll come out there. I'm surprised the most influenced fan channel for Arsenal fan base don't even make protest live. Man, you know what? It's been a really eye-opening couple of days. And it's, there's a subject matters that split a lot of people, but please, yeah. Haroon Naguna, love from Sri Lanka, love to you from London, bro. Yeah. Listen, all we got to remember is this: we are one. We're people, first and foremost, right? So whether you support Arsenal, whether you support another, yes, we've got our allegiances, but at the same time, when it comes to humanity, we should all be together. So one love, and everyone always look out for each other. Interview room, lol, says Stephen Stewart. Yeah, man, it is. And Dario is in Malaysia. So, we're becoming global. Does that sound not global? That's a bit over the top. I'm losing my head now, but you know what I mean. It's nice to be able to talk to Arsenal fans all over the world. So
yeah, man, let
us know wherever you're from. We're coming up to close to the hour mark, so we'll be cutting it soon. Shaheen, anything else you want to discuss?
Man, just again, thank you for everybody who supported us throughout, especially you guys who watch us and take part. Everybody from, we see there's a lot of people from Bermuda, from Norway, Kuala Lumpur. Thank you very much. We Jamaica, Trinidad,
Bermuda,
Yeah, thank you for everybody who watch us. India, and we're grateful. We'll be back on Sunday with Mo for after game reaction. Next week, Wednesday, it will be me, Lev, Lee Judges, and I'm working on 1 or 2 other people. We're going to do a review of the season.
Powerful lineup.
Yeah, so we're going to do a review of the season to look back and see what went wrong, what was good, what was bad, and see if we can figure out where we're going from there. But thank you very much to all of you. Really.
1 minute, Shaheen, right before we go. So big up to Leslie from Zimbabwe. I don't want to lose everybody. Pac Bin from Bermuda. I wanted to just comment on this. Footballholic TV is watching from India, but sadly we're going through tough times. You know what, bro? Our thoughts are with you in India as well. It's not easy, and our thoughts are with you, and our prayers for you and your family. So thanks for the support, and we're here anytime. Just to come on. Queen
big up from Hendon.
Hendon, boy, we are global. We're Hendon.
From what? California, Canada. My cousin is in Canada.
Yeah, someone's smoking the Cali as well, I reckon.
Yeah, India can get through it. Yeah, man. Our thoughts and prayers are with everybody in India and their family. Again, thank you very much for all of you for giving us your time. Like the video, and
Yeah, that's just as well. Sorry, bro. I just feel like saying hello to everyone now at the moment. Sorry, man. Spread the word, people. Share the link. That's what Steve is saying. Yeah, do that. Listen, the more of us that we're on this show, the more we can all talk together, the better. Hello from New Jersey, DWTT. Hello from South. Man, where are all these people coming from? Like crazy. Sorry, Shaheen. We're doing that Mediterranean goodbye where we say we're going to go and we never do. So I'm going to let you do this. That's a peace out from me. Lavanja. Please follow Twitter if you want to say hello to me at Lavanja on Twitter. Please like and subscribe on this channel, guys, and hit your notifications. Shaheen, do you want to take us out?
See you guys later.
Peace out, everyone.